I've talked about the show Love After Lockup a few times already, but we haven't seen anything quite like this. I'm not exaggerating at all when I say that this is one of the most disastrous couples I've ever seen on a reality TV show. And we've already talked about Scott and Lizzie, and Sean and Destiny.
Destiny says she looks like this.
You know what? They seem like soulmates compared to these two. If you haven't seen those videos and you don't know what Love After Lockup is about, it's about people finding love after being locked up. But usually what they find instead is a series of arguments and disappointments. Usually on shows like this, the happiest they are is the first few days after they meet. But in this case, it starts to go downhill pretty much immediately. And then before you know it, it's over.
I met Dylan at this party at his apartment. He's in jail for selling ecstasy to an undercover cop.
So this guy has been arrested 34 times, and you might think that that would be a source of the problems in the relationship, but you'd be dead wrong. There will be numerous times where you'll have to remind yourself that this guy was the one in jail 34 times and not his girlfriend Heather.
Heather and we haven't spent that much time together before I had gotten locked up. After a few weeks, she came to come visit me, and she had my name tattooed on her. That's a commitment. And borderline obsessive.
Borderline obsessive. Interesting. I would probably just say that's obsessive. They had only been talking for a couple weeks and had barely seen each other in person, and she got multiple tattoos of his name. That's already a pretty big red flag, and even he knows it. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just a really nice, passionate, romantic gesture, and they're meant to be together. If I hadn't told you this was going to be a disaster, would you think there's any possibility of that? So anyway, once Dylan is out of prison, the plan is for him to move in with Heather, who's currently living with her aunt, and he is on parole as well, so that is where his parole checkpoint will be. Now this next part is absolutely ridiculous, and unfortunately there were no great clips of this, so I apologize for the poor quality, but you have to see this.
Where'd you get this man? Stacy? Dylan? This is Dylan. It's nice to meet you. And Diane?
Diane, come here.
She loves younger men. You gotta watch out for this one.
I need to use the restroom.
So Heather goes to use the bathroom, and Dylan stays in the other room so he can get to know her aunts. You know, he seems like a nice guy, and they're all getting along very well, and everything's going great, right?
You know, I'm really looking forward to getting to know you guys. You know, I've heard a lot about you from Heather. I know she loves you a lot. And so
Ooh, I don't know about that handhold right there. I think it's going on too long.
I'm just
My baby.
happy and excited to be here.
So I guess you'll be another one of the babies.
Yeah.
All right.
I already called him baby boy.
All right.
She'll have you spoiled worse than Heather.
Heather might be able to hear you. You gotta be
Oh,
quiet.
she'll get over it.
Yeah, she'll get mad.
That is a terrifying sight. She hears them talking about her, so she pokes her head out angrily to see what was up. So her aunt is kind of jokingly flirting with Dylan, which is obviously a joke because she's like 85 and needs an oxygen tank. But I guess Heather is afraid that he's actually trying to get with her. I'm not even kidding. Or at the very least, she thinks he's spending way too much time with them in the few minutes that she decided to go to the bathroom. It's like you can't even go to the bathroom without your 85-year-old aunt stealing your man.
He's a good-looking kid.
At this point, I'm frustrated. Dylan has been out of prison all day long, and my aunts are like monopolizing Dylan's time and attention. I'm pretty much ready to lose my...
He has been out of prison for like 2 hours. What the hell do you want him to do? He's not allowed to talk to your relatives that he's about to live with as well. They're monopolizing his time. You went to the bathroom, so he was just talking to them in the other room. So they're all just having a good time in here. They're sharing pictures of family photos and stuff, and then she storms in and she's like, I need to lay down. I feel sick. I'm sick right now.
I'm sick right now.
And then it becomes obvious to Dylan that she's jealous that you're spending a couple of minutes talking to her aunts in the other room. And he's like, is this really happening right now? Did I just spend 5 years in prison to come out to this shit?
I want to show you something.
Very nice. Very sweet.
So sweet.
Babe,
I really want to lay down. I don't feel good.
Well, I gotta go home.
I did not have the aggravation.
I honestly feel bad for this guy. All he's trying to do is just be polite. They were actually hitting it off, and now he just wants to show a picture of his father to his girlfriend, and she's running around having a tantrum instead.
I don't feel good. Like, I don't feel good.
I know. Okay. Heather's lucky enough to have extended family members that are willing to take in not just her, but her felon fiance.
Yeah, isn't that wild? This lady was nice enough to let both of them live here, and now she's about to blow it within like 5 minutes. She had all the time in the world with him after this moment. All she needed to do was just wait a few minutes. And if she's jealous of her aunt spending time with her boyfriend, I don't know how she's gonna get through any other situation in life.
Go in here and just chill and lay down
I'm
for a
not
second.
doing that.
Just a few seconds ago, she said, I feel sick. I want to go lay down. So he's like, okay, let's go lay down in the other room and chill out. And she's like, no, I'm not going to do that. Why don't you just go lay down with my aunt if you're so in love with her? How long has this been going on, Dylan? When were you gonna tell me about this? So you've been talking to me for 5 years just so you could get to my aunt? That's messed up, man.
We're out there talking about you, babe.
I'm absolutely speechless.
Can I do anything for you? Can I get you
some time with my husband?
I got you, babe.
ever in life?
Hey, look.
Like just once would be great.
Hey.
All right.
Just once in my life, I would love to spend some time with him. Is that too much to ask? He's been out for 2 hours. We've only spent an hour and 48 minutes together. Aunt Diane, what the fuck?
I want to leave. We have to get out of here. My aunts are like wanting to steal all of his attention. So living with Aunt Diane and Dylan under the same roof is going to be an absolute nightmare.
I don't even know what to say. What was he supposed to do differently? Was he not supposed to even look at them or talk to them at all? Like in the beginning, when both of her aunts walked over to greet him with a hug, was he supposed to be like, nope, hey, don't touch me. I have a girlfriend. You can't touch me. So anyway, yeah, after like 10 minutes in the house, she decides that they've had enough and she forces him to leave with her, which is bad because this is Dylan's parole checkpoint.
When Dylan was in prison, he was so doting and so attentive and just so different. You know, after 5 years of waiting for him, he should take my side.
This guy is doing everything he can to keep this from falling apart, but it doesn't even matter in the end. Also, he kind of did take your side. He was like, all right, let's go lay down in the other room. You said you're tired or you're sick or whatever bullshit you came up with, so let's go lay down. You made a big mistake, Dylan. Talking to your girlfriend's aunt for like 30 seconds might be all right, but 5 minutes, that's pushing it, and it seems like you're cheating.
I feel like asking for more of Dylan's time and attention is not weird. Like, that's the expectation that was set.
It is weird though when he's only been out for like 2 hours, because how much time and attention can he possibly even give you? You guys have the rest of your lives, or at least you did have the rest of your lives until you started to blow it, and now he's clearly second guessing the whole thing. If anything, now he might actually go hook up with the aunt, so good job. Both of them seem like a lot more fun to be around.
You went over there like 2 seconds after you got out. It's the first time I ever get to touch you or be by you in dealing with and you just like walked away so easily.
I would love to see that whole interaction go down in a way that she was satisfied with, because you know that would be weird as shit.
Just getting out, I was more than a little overwhelmed, you know? It's probably a feeling you couldn't even imagine, and I apologize, you know?
Oh my god. So he's apologizing over that, and she's like over there shaking her head, not even accepting his apology that isn't necessary at all.
And she has trust issues, but if you're gonna be jealous of me interacting with your 90-year-old aunt on oxygen, how are you gonna feel about it when I go to the gym or to get the mail?
You okay?
I can answer that question for you, Dylan. It's gonna be this, but worse every single time. I hope you're ready for that.
Aunt Diane's calling.
Answer for her.
Hi, Aunt Diane. It's Dylan. Heather's driving.
All right, your parole officer is here, Dylan.
We're stuck in traffic, but we're on 294 and 83. We'll be right there.
So now the parole officer shows up at the house where Dylan is supposed to be, and he's not there because she made him leave. So now he might go back to jail. Whose fault is that? Well, it's Dylan's, of course. How would it not be his fault? Everything's his fault.
See? And this is what I'm talking about. And it's that
Heather, please.
You're gonna threaten me.
Heather,
Okay.
chill, all right? I need you to calm down before you even get started, all right?
Nice. So she just causes a giant problem, almost makes him go back to jail, and he's just trying to get her to calm down, and she flips him off. I think I'd rather be Sean right now getting punched in the head by Destiny.
That's my car. What are you doing? No.
If we don't make it before the parole officer leaves the house, there'll be a warrant out for my arrest, and they're gonna take me straight back to jail.
But you don't understand, Dylan. She has trust issues. So if that's what it takes for her to be able to trust you, then I guess that's what's gonna have to happen.
We're both stressed out right now. Can you give me a break?
Can you give me one?
I'm tripping. I might go back to prison my first day out. Can you give me
two?
Everything so far has been about her. This guy deserves a lot better. If he does get sent back to jail, she'll probably want an apology from him somehow.
5 years of waiting for Dylan to come home cannot possibly end like this. I can't do this again. I don't want him to go back.
I don't want him to go back, but also I think we should leave the parole checkpoint last minute and not even tell the parole officer, and then I'll get angry at him if something goes wrong because everything is his fault. It's been a good plan for the first few hours. It's going well, so I think I'm going to stick with it. So anyway, he does end up getting back there in time to talk to the parole officer, and they just barely make it through this day, but that doesn't mean tomorrow will be any better.
I got out of prison yesterday, and it's been a nightmare.
It's crazy. The first few days are almost always the happiest they ever are, and this is just miserable.
As part of your parole, you need to get a social security card, you need to get an ID. But Heather took a long time to get ready in the morning, so we're late.
Uh-oh, I don't see this going well. You better not mention that she took too long.
But it might be too late to test.
If it is, I'm gonna be so mad.
All right, Dylan, you got to be careful here. How are you going to play this? To even suggest that she did anything wrong is a big no-no. So you're going to have to either apologize or divert.
Not at you, at the fact that they don't do testing.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
They didn't accept you into the line because we were late.
Because of makeup.
Makeup?
He's like, oh shit, what the hell did I just do? Why did I do that? Makeup, Dylan? Really? All right, well, you know what? Say goodbye to me. You can go have fun with Aunt Diane. I hope you have a nice life together.
A few moments later.
Being crazy right now, you're gonna get hurt. Heather, stop the car. Stop the car. I'm telling you to you bitch. You bitch.
Is it too late to go stay with Aunt Diane?
Give me my phone. Put it through the crack and get out of my life. I have nowhere to go. I live with you.
So she literally leaves this dude to fend for himself on the street because of an argument that she started. That's wife material right there. So yeah, now Dylan is alone and heartbroken, and it's not even his fault. I feel really bad for the dude. But luckily, he's doing really well now. He's got his own place, he's got a job, everything's going well. So it does have a happy ending. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this absolute train wreck.